On 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Partly sunny good morning to you. I'll turn that down. I hope your day is going well for you wherever you might be. Jonathan Dent here in the studio, sitting in for Terry Henney on this lovely, lovely Tuesday morning. A little chilly. A little chillier than yesterday. Well, I think we're about the same as where we were yesterday at this time, but we won't be warming up quite as much as we did yesterday. But as I mentioned yesterday, hey, break out the spring jacket, or the fall rather, jackets and the nice long sleeves. Ooh, man, this is my kind of weather. Not great for getting stuff done outside, though, especially with a little bit of rain mix in. We didn't have too much rain yesterday, so that's a blessing. A little bit more sunshine than we were expecting. Much more chilly day in store today, though, than what we saw yesterday. As I mentioned, the sun stuck around for a little longer than expected for your Monday, which was definitely welcome. Very little in the way of precipitation in the afternoon, as well as into the evening hours. Those scattered raindrops did come in a little bit later on in the evening, and we're expecting that chance of rain to stick with us throughout the week. The extra sun pushed us up to 56 for a high yesterday, but we did dip down to 36 for a low overnight. So definitely a big difference there. Well below our average for this time of year, which is, 63 for a high, 43 for a low. So well below average, and I think we're going to be sticking well below average for the remainder of this week, and at least right now looking like into the beginning of next work week as well. Right now, we're looking at 48 degrees out at the airport under cloudy skies. Downtown Midland's got partly sunny with 48 right now. Here at Radio Center, partly sunny skies, 49 degrees. West wind at 12 miles per hour. That's going to be sticking with us for a while as well. Barometric pressure right now holding steady at 29.72. We're not going to get too much warmer today. 49 is what we're at right now. We're projecting 50 for a high, maybe up to 51 if we get a little extra sunshine like what we had yesterday. 52, maybe. If things are pleasant. That west wind going to stay with us, staying around 10 miles per hour, so not nearly as breezy as what we had yesterday. It'll feel closer to what the actual temperature is than what we had yesterday. Once again, some more clouds moving in this afternoon, bringing with them a chance for more scattered rainfall. Accumulations not expected to be too much. Trace amounts yesterday, we're not expecting. If you get a tenth, 2/10, that'll be on probably the higher end here. Tonight, those showers should clear out as we approach and reach midnight, down to 41 for a low tonight. And tomorrow, those clouds will stick around, but we'll see some breaks of sunshine. That'll push us up to 57. The west wind sticks with us just a little bit. We're looking at 10 to 15 mile per hour winds out of the west tomorrow, but then that shifts to be out of the northwest tomorrow night, as once again we see some clouds move in. Partly cloudy skies Wednesday night. Slight chance for some showers. Very, very spotty. Not a whole lot to contend with there. Thursday, chance of showers picks up, and it's just kind of going to steadily go up as we head on into the weekend. Thursday night, mostly cloudy skies, still a chance for some showers. Thursday we're looking at a high of 57, and Wednesday 58. So we'll be a little bit warmer than what we see here today. A little bit nicer outside, but again, those winds out of the west going to be giving us a little bit to contend with. Thursday, the winds shift to be out of the northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, cloudy once again. That chance of showers just continues to eke its way up. 54 for a high on your Friday. Friday night is when the chance for some rain really picks up. We're looking at kind of a wet weekend here. Steady temperatures around 50. We won't get too much higher than 50. We won't get too much lower than 50 all the way through the weekend. For your Saturday, showers, steady temperatures in the lower 50s. Saturday night, showers, steady temperatures in the upper 40s. So we're just kind of riding that line, and it looks like all the way through Monday, we're looking at likely having some showers likely having temperatures around 50, maybe a few degrees above or below, but that's where we're going to be riding for most of that time. Not too much to contend with in terms of wind right now in that time, but that rain definitely going to be putting a damper on things. There we go. Our long-range outlook takes us through October 23rd. We're looking at normal to above average temperatures. So right now, we're riding well below average. We're going to be warming back up to that average line, and especially in northern Michigan, we're looking at good chances of getting up above average temperatures, below average precipitation. That'll be statewide. So what we see here, what we see over the next week will be pretty scattered, spotty showers until we hit that Friday into the weekend mark. Then it'll be a little bit more consistent, but we are looking at that precipitation kind of falling off as we move on into the middle of this month. As I mentioned, average temperature for this time of year, 63 degrees. That's the average high. The average low, 43. Record high set on this date in 1949 was 84 degrees. Record low, 26, set in 1925. I think we're a little bit closer to that record low as we're looking at today. Sun will set this evening at 7:02, rise tomorrow morning at 7:45. We'll have a little bit more on the weather as we move through the broadcast. When we come back, we'll be starting off our market report, talking with Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons, and then we'll head over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors made easy. So simple. All you have to do is call 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Remember, they share your enthusiasm for your antique machine, and they know that you want to keep it running. That's why they take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts, because they understand your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. Want to make that unit look really sharp this coming summer? Show it off a little bit at the shows? You can do that. Steiner Tractor. For more information, go to steinertractor.com.
Let's start off our market report today, heading over to the Andersons, and that's where we find Abby Terwilliger. Good morning, Abby. Am I saying that right? It's my first time talking with you. Terwilliger?
Yeah. Yes, you are saying it right.
Fantastic. Well, glad to have you on today. Yesterday, a little bit of uncertainty. Things were moving, and we kind of ended, at least the numbers I saw, not too far up, not too far down. How are we starting off today?
Starting today, not a whole lot of movement. Corn's only down 1 3/4. Beans are actually up 3 1/4. Wheat is seeing the most difference. It's down 11 3/4 right now.
Really? Okay. What's driving that? I know there's a lot of uncertainty going around. What are we looking at in terms of factors?
I think a lot of what happened over the weekend in the Middle East, the bombing that happened, that's a lot of the stability in the market is questionable at the moment. See how that plays out here in the next few days. The other impact is the WASDE reports coming out Thursday, and there's a highly anticipated soybean yield change. So the bean market might be a little on edge until that report comes out.
Yeah, well, as we look at the international news and politics and stuff, the normal stuff keeps ticking along with reports and the like. You said there's a change coming up. Anything else that we're looking forward to in that report?
Not that I'm aware of. The biggest thing, like I said, is the soybean yield. The August report didn't get that late August heat and moisture in it. It came out before we received that. So the yield is going to just be a big factor this year.
Absolutely. Are we seeing a lot of activity going on right now? Are farmers kind of waiting? What are you seeing in terms of the elevator side of things?
They're definitely getting itchy and ready to go. We're starting to see some come across a little bit more in the north and in the south of here at our other elevators, but they're trying to go. Hopefully this rain that we're supposed to get this afternoon just lands in all the woods or something and not on the soybean fields. That way they can keep going.
Absolutely.
It's definitely getting started.
Well, we'll hope for that. Amy or Abby, thank you so much for joining us today. I'll get your name right. Just give me a couple weeks here.
No problem.
All right. That's Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons. The market report today brought to you by Don Moore Seeds. Predictability in farming is next to impossible. Until now, Pivot Bio provides a more reliable, more predictable source of nitrogen, delivering nitrogen directly to the plant throughout the growing season. Because it adheres directly to the root, Pivot Bio doesn't wash away in the rain. Plant more predictability next season with Pivot Bio. Learn at pivotbio.com. That's pivotbio.com, or you can contact Don Morse at 989-239-2791. Let's head on over to Oppenheimer now. That's where we find Doug Klein. Doug, have things quieted down a little bit, or are we still a little bit shaky?
I wouldn't call it shaky, but they're definitely never quiet.
Yeah. That's true.
Not ever. So the stock market's having another good day. That's 2 in a row, I can't imagine. It's up almost a full percent. The dollar slipped down a little bit. That's helping, 105.78, so it's under 106. That's, like I said, helpful. Gold kind of stable. The crude oil is not moving up today, so I guess that's a good thing. It's 85.63, so under 86. So that's, again, helpful. I saw they detained the Chinese copper tycoon named He Jing, or whatever his name is. Apparently he was taking too many bribes, which I don't know what number that is, but so he's missing for now. So we'll have to see what happens on the price of copper with all that.
I wonder if that has to do more with who he was accepting from than the number of bribes.
Yeah. See, he's supposed to pass
Allegedly.
those through, pass through. He's a vessel, but he's supposed to, whatever. We won't get into that. But on the hilarious side, the state of Washington is going to reintroduce grizzly bears into the communities to control animal population, I guess. So they said they want to put 200 grizzly bears into the state of Washington over the next 10 years.
Now, what's that doing to the grizzly bear commodity market?
Yeah, exactly. But I thought, if you're going to go that way, let's put some in Washington, D.C. and really control some of the, unwanted animals there, too. Just saying.
There's an idea.
It's an idea. Anyway, so here's your numbers. The December corn is 486 1/4, down 2 cents. The March corn is 501 3/4, down 2. November soybeans 1268 1/2, up 4 1/2. The March soybeans 1298 1/4, up 2 1/4. December wheat 560 1/2, down 12 1/4, and March wheat is 591 3/4, down 11 3/4. The crude oil 85.66, down 72 cents. Heating oil is $2.99, up 2 1/2 cents. Gasoline $2.2352, down 1/4 penny. Natural gas $3.40 1/4, up 2 1/2 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3591 Canadian. That's up 1 tick. The dollar buys 148.63 yen. That's up 13 ticks. The euro's at 106.07. That's up 42 ticks. The dollar's at 105.78, down 30 ticks. Gold's at 1855.60, up $6.10. Silver's 21.99, up 6 1/2 cents. And platinum's at 8.90. That's up $5.20.
All right, Doug, thank you very much.
All
You
right.
have a good one.
Watch them bears.
Absolutely. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. We'll be right back, and we'll be talking with Jerry Samulski from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center.
Are you looking for a new vehicle? Are you seriously thinking it's time to start shopping? I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Ambassador with some interesting information that you should consider. First, for the first time ever, Chevrolet incentives expire in the middle of the month, not the end of the month. It's never happened before, and since the new incentives are strong, be warned, they end on the 16th. Second, at Cook Chevrolet, you'll find the largest inventory we've had since before COVID, despite what's going on with GM right now, with over 100 vehicles in stock, including scarce ones like Traversas, Blazers, and even Corvettes. And third, listen to these great offers. Equinox leases starting from $278, Silverado leases from $409. So if you're really serious, get out today. That's Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates, 2,000 cash or trade down. Call or visit us online at cookchevysuperstore.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Let's head on over to Bay Landscaping Garden Center. Wow. Bay Landscaping and Garden Center now, and that's where we find Jerry Samolsky. Jerry, did I get that right eventually?
You're good.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes a little longer, but that's okay.
So, what do you got for us today?
I was just going to say, people always have a question, how long do I leave my annuals in? What do I do? Leave them in as long as you'd like. We haven't had a frost yet, so there's still some of them looking very good. And it's always sad to see them go, but sometimes you got to make room for some mums and some other fall things like some pansies and mums and other things you want to, that'll take the cold, and some freeze and some frost. So sometimes they go a little bit early, but when you pull them, if you can leave as much soil on those pots as possible, sometimes they're rooted so much you can't leave very much soil behind. But the soil that comes with those plants is nice, aerated, and open. Now, it's somewhat depleted, but it helps add to the structure of the soil. So the soil isn't just nutrients, but it's also water holding capacity, drainage, aeration. Those are all important things to have in the soil. And the soils that come with those plants will give you that. So again, if you have plants that you're planting in the ground and you remove them, leave as much of that soil that they came in behind. Over the years, that'll build up and give you good benefit.
Absolutely.
Now, in a container plant, you should remove those soils because there's nothing there but root. And in container plants, you want to start fresh every year. You'll be surprised the difference that'll make.
Good advice, Jerry. Thank you very much. You have a good one. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Jerry Samolsky with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. There, I got it right that time. Let's slide on over to Rummel, and that's where we find Craig Voorhees this morning. Craig, we heard earlier on from Abby that farmers are getting itchy. They're getting out in the fields. They're getting stuff done. What happens if a combine or a harvester breaks down and it's time to harvest? What can people do?
Well, right, Jonathan. It is getting to be a hectic time. If the piece of equipment breaks down, unfortunately, your farm policy probably isn't going to be of much benefit to you. However, if the combine or the harvester or any piece of equipment gets hit by a car, we've had that happen. Unfortunately, combines catch on fire occasionally. If there's an event that happens that is covered by the policy, there is also money available for the grower to go out and rent a piece of equipment that's separate from the repair of their machine. And that money can also be used to hire somebody if we all know equipment's kind of scarce right now and finding a rental might be hard. So you can also use that money to hire somebody to keep your harvest continuing.
Very good advice. Craig, thank you very much. Take care. We'll talk to you on Thursday, I think.
All right. Sounds good, Jonathan. Thank you.
All right. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. We'll be back after these notes.
Looking for bigger, bolder, better yields? Look no further than FSC. FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans are here to change the game. Our seed products deliver winning results every single time. Your local FS crop specialist is ready to take your farm and yields to the next level. Ready to change the game with bin-busting yields at harvest? Reach out to your local FS retailer or visit fsc.com.
Before it's too late and white mold becomes a problem, you need to ask your seed dealer for Heads Up Seed Treatment. When raising soybeans in the Midwest, you know the risk of being caught unprepared. As heard on Ag PhD, there are several steps you can take prior to planting for a successful management plan against white mold. Compatible and cost-effective season-long protection starts now by asking your seed dealer to apply Heads Up to your bean seed order. For more information, visit headsupst.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, purchasing local soybeans, processing the local beans, and marketing local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. If you've got to supply the food for an event coming up, and there's a lot of them I know, and you've got to supply the food, here's the number, 989-894-5531. You give them a call, tell them what you want, they'll prepare it, have it ready for you, take it back to your event, and you will be a hero at your event. Krizak's House, also a great place to dine in, corner of Cass in Michigan, on Bay City's south side.
Let's see how things are doing in New York. We head over to Baird & Company, and that's where we find Teresa DeBow. Teresa, good morning.
Good morning. Lots of green on our screen this morning. Dow Jones up 240 at 33,845 with 266 million shares traded. We've got the NASDAQ up 169 at 13,653 with 313 million shares traded. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar up 372 at 274.93. Deere up 732 at 390.26. CMS Energy up 2 cents at 53.27. Dow up 84 at 51.65. DuPont is up $1.43 at 76.70. Corteva up 43 at 51.02. General Motors up 51 at 31.50. Trinzio up 34 at 6.55. Walmart up $1.54 at 157.38. Huntington up 24 cents at 10.31. Independent Bank up 11 cents at 18.21. And AT&T up 15 cents at 14.88.
All right. Thank you very much, Teresa. You have a good one.
You as well. Bye-bye.
All right. Teresa DeBow from Baird & Company. We'll be right back.
You hear that? That's the sound of Dairyland Seed bringing the yield bigger and better than ever before. We're talking our best corn of all time, our strongest silage lineup ever, and the greatest soybeans in our history. We're talking a full lineup of seed proven to outperform the competition once again in independent head-to-head trials. See the performance data for yourself at showmetheyield.com. That's showmetheyield.com.
Well, amidst everything that's going on in the world, a farm bill is still in the works, and it looks like the sugar program part of that bill is being negotiated. Michigan Ag Today's Sabrina Halverson has this.
Well, one of your lawmakers here in Michigan wants Congress to keep their hands off a sugar policy for the next farm bill. Sabrina Halverson has the story.
My goal for this farm bill when it comes to sugar policy is to not fix what's not broken. It works.
That's the resounding message from Michigan Congressman Dan Kildee when it comes to the nation's sugar policy.
We have a system right now that ensures that domestically grown sugar is sold into markets before we allow for competition to come from offshore. This kind of protection allows American sugar growers to not have to face unfair competition from state-subsidized sugar that is grown often using workers in dangerous working conditions.
With that in mind, he has a simple request for Congress as they craft the 2023 Farm Bill.
The program we have that is in place right now is working. I have 2,000 family sugar beet growers in my district alone that support our local economy. There are lots of other members of Congress who have similar situations. I want them to see that the program has worked. Our growers are able to stay in business. Those family farmers are able to support their families. We want to keep that in place. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that's the case.
U.S. Sugar Alliance says U.S. sugar policy is based on the common sense notion that supply and demand should be in balance. Read more at MichiganAgToday.com.
Definitely top of mind, especially now as we see those trucks hauling loads of sugar beets around here in mid-Michigan. Once again, a high of only 50 today. Pretty chilly. Tonight, 41 for a low. We'll get a little bit warmer tomorrow. We are expecting to see some scattered showers moving through this evening. That'll let up tomorrow during the day, and then it's just going to get more and more chances for some showers until we end up with a pretty wet weekend. We'll be back with an update at the bottom of the hour, but for now, we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery